Well, hello there. Welcome to Van Life with Minister Mary. Minister Mary is in the bed with my stuffed frog above my head, apparently, and fully rely on God. That's why I keep the frog there. And my turtle over here, my Hono. So that's what I brought from the house. And then, of course, my Jesus over there, my little Jesus doll. And look who else. Lola, you gonna look? No, you're not gonna look. You don't have to look at the people. Look at the people. You're gonna look at the people. Yeah. Mwah. So Lola's here with me, and she has her bed on this bed, but she right now is fussing over here. So guess what? I left that house on the 16th. I slept in the van on the 15th that night. Finished up on the 16th and was officially out of there. No going back as of the night of the 16th. So it has now been 1 full month. So since I've been in the van doing van life. So I don't know if I got a fuzzy on my nose. Anyway, I remade the bed and Lola's here with me. And where is she? There she is. What are you sniffing for? Anyway, so we're going to go to bed. It's been an extremely long day. Extremely long day. So I had a mammogram that didn't come out so right. So I had to go have another one today. And it came out just fine. There's nothing wrong. So I want to let y'all know that because there was a little bit of a scare there for a little while. I usually have wonky ones because of fatty tissue that's actually in there. And, but when the doctor looked at it, like he had said, they didn't put enough pressure there. So, not that we don't get enough ladies, but, it wasn't done properly. So, this one was, and there's nothing there. There's nothing wrong. So, that's a good thing. So I have done that today. I have been to storage today. I have done some more touch-ups in here. So I actually took a moving blanket and put it between the one piece of furniture and the door that I don't use, my side door, to give me extra insulation. It's supposed to go down to like 34 degrees later this week or next week. It's going to go down to about 38 later this week. I have bought the canned heater that's on Amazon, and I'll test that out and I'll let you know how that goes. So I did buy that. And like I said, I'm just trying to make sure that there's a few little more improvements. I took things out that I'm not using. Look. Wait, where are you? Where are you? Can they see you? Can they see you? I don't know. Can you see the dog, you guys? I'm just getting a blurry picture how. I'm not very good at flipping this camera, so my apologies, but I'm trying to. There she is. I can kind of see, so. There you are. You're in the video, so the people can see you, because you're so cute. You're so cute. Yes, you are. So, anyway, everything is going well. Like I said, I went to storage, and I took things out. So you're going to find that maybe you have a little too much in there. And so, like, I have a little electric heater, but it pulls too much on the Jackery. There's too much, so I took it out. I'm going to use this canned heat instead and try that. I think that's going to work. I really do. So there's that. I'm tired tonight, so you're going to probably hear me go, because my brain isn't catching up to what I'm trying to say. So, I did go ahead and get, more dog food and all kinds of things. I went ahead and did an interview with the Eagles Club, if anybody knows what that is. So I'm going to join it and do the auxiliary version of it. And that's in a little town called Buckley. So, and you went with me. So Lola's been everywhere with me today, waiting in the car for me. And then I'd come out, and then we'd go for a walk. And then I'd come out, and then she'd have to wait a little bit more for something else. And so it's been rough. Not a lot of eating today. I didn't want to eat before I had the one exam. And then after the exam, I got something to eat. I went to Starbucks. which I don't frequent a lot or had not, but I like, oh, see, I'm tired. I do like the brulee latte, so I went ahead and I had that. And I had my egg sandwich this morning and my orange juice, and then I didn't eat for the rest of the day till about 6 or 7 at night. So I only had 2 meals today instead of 3. It would be better if I did do 3, but with me trying to go to storage and trying to do my interview, and it just was a lot, and getting more dog food and supplies and, just regular stuff. Because when you're doing van life, technically, a lot of these people don't work, at least not at a stick and brick job like I do. So I am having to work, teach on my own, teach at the studio, and do all this other stuff. So I don't have time when I'm working to go to the storage, right? So then I've got to go to the storage on my days off. So Monday, Tuesday's off. Wednesday, I'm back at work. Thursday, I'm off, but I teach private lesson. And then Friday, I'm working, and Saturday, I'm working. So it's like you're trying to like fit everything in around. So my schedule is not like it, like somebody that's fully retired. I'm semi-retired, so I am going to still be active and working. So, Lola, what you doing? Lay down. Lay down. So because of that, it makes it really hard. Still, it is peaceful though at night because there's not a sound out here. An occasional car might go by, but I'm still stealthing. Right now I am in front of my son's place, but I will do this maybe 2 times and then I'll get out for the rest of the week. But like if I'm feeling overtired like tonight, or if I feel like there was something, like I knew I had that exam this morning and I didn't know what was going to happen. I was a little nervous about it. So I wanted to be near the family. So what? She pulls my hand so that I do this. Well, now watch. If I take my hand away, see where her paw is? She's like, no, Mom, you're not going to do that. So there she is. But anyway, it's just been a lot of back and forth, up and down. I did eat at Denny's when I went ahead and had my meal, my second meal, and they were very nice, very very nice. I really appreciate them, and the servers are really really nice. I've had very good luck when I go out to eat. I really haven't had any problems, so I don't want to keep eating out. My Bouge RV, I had a bit of an issue because I can't plug it in. I don't have enough power to keep it running. Like I'd have to have a bigger Jackery, probably the Jackery 2000. Then where would you put it, right? So I have 2 1000s. I'm very happy with that. If I would get another one, it would either be one more 1000 or it would be a 500. But that's it. You have to draw the limit. The 200 is probably too big and it weighs too much. And I'm not going to try to drag that around. So we'll see, bees. So at any rate, I didn't plug it in. And it was staying cold because it was cold outside, and then it gets colder in here when the temperature drops. And I can tolerate it. So that becomes like a refrigerator, not a freezer, which is not supposed to be. It does stay cold. But it got a little warmer. So it got warmer in there. And because of that, things were getting kind of wonky. And I cleaned out the whole thing. Last night, I cleaned out the whole thing. And I got the stuff the little blue, what do you call those blue things? Those blue things that you find like in the camping section, or where they sell the, what do you call? Coolers. I was going to say the Igloo, because they're called Igloo, right? Some of them, that's a name brand. But I got the blue things. I got 5 of them. I froze them. Work let me do that. I froze them in their freezer, put them in there, and when it needs to be refroze, I'll take them and freeze them again, and So right now it's fine. But be aware of that if you don't have like the inverter and the solar and the yada yada. You may have to do something like that if you can have a way to freeze it, because you got to freeze those things. I don't want to use ice. I did that. Sorry, I did that on my. I am tired. It's late, but I did use that on the vacation I took to California, and all that water. Then you got to dump all that water, and you got to clean up. I don't want the mess, so it's just easier for me to put it in the freezer, freeze it, and then stick it back in there. So, and that's what I'll do when I'm working, because my work knows this whole situation. So, with me in the van, and they're very supportive. So I'm really happy about that. I mean, people are very kind. I think they're a little curious, but at the same time, they're very kind about it and very sweet about it, and trying to help me. So I do appreciate that. I really do. So I've got a lot of things to be thankful for. I was frustrated this afternoon trying to revamp some. You wouldn't think I thought I was like real appreciative this afternoon. I got the 2 shelves for the metal shelving unit that I have in here, and I was fighting with them to get them in. Well, the one went in, and the second one was just giving me a hard time. I was getting so frustrated, and it was almost like I had to force it in, and then all of a sudden it just went in like it should, without me forcing it. But I'm like, ah. Anyway, so stuff like that today. So I have been gradually fixing, fussing, and, revamping. And you will. And I remember Minivan Lee saying that you're probably going to change things around about 12 to 20 times. You do. You do. My bed I'm happy with. It is a little bit high. So for me to get in it, I have a step stool. The step stool needs to be a little bit higher. Unless I put like a block of wood or something on the step stool. And then, but I don't know. I'll figure that out. I haven't figured it out yet. I checked out the whole back of the van and redid that. Did that shelving unit so there was not so much stuff on the floor, because my aisle was getting more narrow because I didn't know where to put stuff. And so you just kind of leave it and you figure, I'll figure it out later. Well, I figured it out later because I did the shelving thing. But, I did. I revamped a few things and it got neater and cleaner. So, and I took some stuff out, obviously, so that gave me more room. So tomorrow's going to be laundry day and shower day. I'm going to go to the laundry that I made a video about it on here before. So I'm going to go there and do my laundry and do my shower, and my hair I have done. So I won't get my hair wet tomorrow. What I'll do, because it's too cold. So my hair takes a long time to dry because it's really thick. So what I'll do is I'll have it done. So I just go to the beauty salon and let them do it. So it works out better. They can straighten this mess out, because if I try to cut this, it gets weird. Anyway, so it's better I have somebody do it. So I'll do that, and it's kind of how it is. So, but I'm going to go to sleep soon. I'm going to yawn again. Ugh, that's because I didn't have much sleep last night. So let me tell you what happened last night. Story time. And this is a true story. So I got up last night to get something. I think I was thirsty, and I thought, oh, where did I put my, whatever it was. So I got up to get it. I just couldn't reach it from where I was. So I literally had to get up and go, So not that it was like 9 miles away, but I had to get up. I went to get back in the bed, and I don't know what happened to Lola, because see now, like, she's over there in her own little spot. So she's not like directly on top of me or in my face or anything. I will throw a blanket over her as the night gets cooler. But I got back in the bed and she screamed. I mean, she let out a scream. She was awake already. So I don't know if she got caught on something, like her nail got caught on something, although I had her nails already trimmed. Or if did I not see like her foot or her tail or something, like when I went to climb back in the bed, did I like accidentally squish her some way? I don't know. but it scared me so much so. And I usually make her wear her little jacket to bed because it gets cold in here at night. So I didn't know what was happening. I really didn't. And then she just all of a sudden just kind of lay down like if she was dead. And it was scary because, or she was unalived, as I guess I'm supposed to say, anyhow, like she was. But anyway, it just was frightening because she just didn't move right away. And I thought, oh no, did she let out that yelp and then, So I was like, Lola, Lola, and I'm shaking her and trying to see what was wrong. And she was breathing, she was fine, but I don't know if like I said, I don't know quite what happened. And she can't tell me, or she can't talk to me. So it was scary. But at the same time, it took 2 hours before she settled down. And then she was growling at me. So it was just weird. It just was weird last night. And I don't know. It was like I had this possessed dog. She would be like, "Arr," and she'd be showing her teeth and trying to even get up towards my face like that, doing that with that growling. And I'm like, you better not bite me, and then what are you doing? So I don't know. I never did find out what happened. So, but this morning she got up. I carried her to the front seat, where she always goes, because I just tell her flying doggies and we go out there. And I set her on the seat, and when we got to where we were going, she walked just fine. She went out for her walk. She had her breakfast. She ate all her food. She had water. She was like if nothing ever happened. She's been like that all day. She's been active. She's walked about 4 times today. She's had a normal boo-boo. She's everything. She's peeing normally. There's nothing weird. So she gets excited now because I take her jacket off and her harness off. I wasn't doing that for a while because of it being so cold. And then in the morning, if she wants to go out right away, I thought, well, I'll have it. Because she'll try to, like, if I open the door or do anything, she'll try to get to the door. And I'm like, no, 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 no. So, but now I'm taking it off. And I'm going to try to make a habit of just taking it off, just like when we get ready for bed, right? You're not going to leave everything on. So I'm going to do that for her to give, her body that rest from that stuff. So, but I know that her little jacket is nice and warm. I'm just looking to make sure she's okay. And so what I'll do is I will cover her. Her blankets are here, like they're down here. So we're going to cover. You're pooting. Pewies. You're making stinkies. You're making little stink bombs, huh? Are you making little stink bombs for mommy? Yeah. Oh, stinky. Stinky, stinky, stinky. I should have left her alone because then she's going to get up and be crazy again. But I will cover her up. And so she has something over her. I know. You're so cute. Yes, you are. So I'll cover her up and she'll be fine. And if it gets too cold, I'll just take her jacket and lay it over her, even though I'm not going to attach it around her neck. See, that's another thing. I thought, did she move a certain way and pull so that maybe it hurt her here? I don't know. Because right now she's stretching out in her chin. She's got her chin up. So it's cute. But, anyway, she seems to be fine. So no worries there. So it's been a month. And we're learning. We're still learning. And I think that when you do this, you will always be learning. So if you get into van life and traveling, and whether it be an RV, a travel trailer, a van, whatever it may be, you're always going to be tweaking. You're always going to be learning something. You're always going to be trying new things, right? And like tonight, it's going to get cold. Now, I do have the canned heat. If I have to get up and activate it, I will. If I don't have to, because it's not supposed to go down into the 30s tonight, I do have my electric blanket. Part of the electric blanket is wide enough that it will actually cover a little bit of her. Plus, she has another blanket down here somewhere. I think she's laying on top of it that covers her. It's one of the blankets I had, but I'm not using it because I don't like a lot of weight on my body. So I don't like all those blankets on top of me. So at any rate, she can use that. And she's got her own blankets. So am I sorry I did this? No. Am I going to continue to do this? Yes. Is it as glamorous as some people make it look? You already know what I'm going to say. Nope. Big N-O. It's not as glamorous as people say. Now, remember, I'm still working part-time. I think if I were off and fully retired and got to travel, and just say, okay, well, I'm going to go to California for a week. Bye, and be down there for a week. And then say, okay, now I'm going to go to Nevada for a week. And then let me either circle on back up, stop home, or, like go to Colorado, go to Montana, whatever, like make a big circle. Or if I would go down through California, go over to Nevada, and maybe go to New Mexico and drop down to Arizona. That's a different story. But I don't have that option right now. So when I fully retire, I will have those options. But for now, working, as many hours as I do, and it's not bad. I mean, my job isn't hard, but it's just that I don't like my job. But it's just that you have to be there. You have to go and do it, right? So you don't set your own hours. So, what I'm saying is you got to follow that schedule and you got to work everything around it. So I think with that, it does make it more challenging. You have to stay, well, I have to stay in the city because, obviously your job's in the city. So that's another thing. So like you can't really leave, so you're not really going to go to a campground that's further out or anything. You just can't. So is that bad? No. Is any of that bad? No. It's just different. And so it's more challenging. So like I said, it's not, you see like these people that the vans are gorgeous. They're build outs. They spent the money to do that. I didn't want to do that. I want to get this thing paid way down. Get the trailer. I'm probably going to sell the teardrop trailer. Although I love it. It's cute. It served its purpose. It did work in ministry. I'm going to want to put the same logo on the side of the van and use it as a ministry vehicle. But at the same time, it's just sitting right now in storage. And I can't see paying that storage money and paying a loan. I'd be better off to sell, just get my money back on it. Although it's a very nice trailer. It really is. It's in great shape. The lady that sold it to me kept it in beautiful, pristine condition. And then I put my work in it to make it my own color-wise. And then the next person that gets it, they can do whatever they want. They can either change everything out or whatever. But it's not going to, I just basically want to get my money back, that's it. And pay that loan off and call it a day. And then that way I don't have that money going out every month. So I will most likely do that. And if I put a tow package on this, because I don't want to tow anything with this. What I wouldn't mind doing is having that basket on the back. They have that cargo box on the back. That's it. Have anything extra I need in there. And that would clear out a lot in here. So, but I'm not traveling that far. So why spend that money and why do all that right now? That doesn't make any sense. So when the time comes, I'll do it and I'll have the means to do it. So anyway. So that's my train of thought. But this little choo-choo train is going to go in the station and go to sleep because I'm tired. And I want to make sense when I talk to you guys. But I do want to let you know it's been a month. 30 days for sure. A solid 30 days and nights. So, and we're surviving just fine. We're not starving. The dog eats well. Make sure she eats actually almost better than I do. But I'm getting there. I'm starting to cook. You've seen me cook on here a little bit. And I'm gradually going to start to do more of that. So, I may be talking to you when I'm cooking. But I don't want to make it just a whole cooking thing. So, I want you to be able to see things. So, as I do go places, I will let you see stuff, and I'll keep you posted, you know. So that's what I'll do. In the meantime, I'm going to tell you, love one another as the Lord loves you. Keep him first, foremost, in front of you, in front of your nose, all the time. So get in the Word, which today I didn't even get a chance to. I was going to sit down and do a study, and I'm like, yeah, no, I didn't get that far. But tomorrow, there's always tomorrow. I'm waiting for my laundry, right? I take my shower, I'll still be waiting for my laundry to dry or whatever. Do my reading, right? Hey, do it whenever. But don't ignore it. So, and get to know the Lord. Tell him you're sorry for your sins. I mean, that's the best thing you can do. And, really repent. But you have to, like I say, do it from your heart. Because if you're just mouthing the words, that's phony. Don't be phony. And then accept him into your life and your heart. And even in these quietest times like right now, you may not hear any sounds, but you'll feel his presence. He'll be with you. So get to doing that. You won't be sorry. You really won't. So, all right, y'all, I'm going to get off of here because, like I said, I am tired. And hopefully I made enough sense that you can figure out what's going on. But it has been a month. I didn't want to tell you that. And somebody seems to be doing quite well over there. Like I said, I'm going to cover her up with a blanket. There's enough of them in here. And I'll get her covered. My little froggy, fully rely on God. The Honu is over there. And there is, he looks a little tipsy right now. I think with me bouncing around in here, he probably fell over a little bit. But let's straighten up the Lord here. Just straighten up to Jesus doll. I like those Jesus dolls. It's not that, that there's any power to them, or it's a doll, like any other doll, right? But it reminds you, just like that doll sits there and is like watching over me, let's say, here, that's what Jesus does. He's going to, now he's not staring at you and like, trying to scare you, but he's always there for you is what I'm trying to say. So, just like he's always over there. That's why I keep him. The real Jesus is always with you. And if you have him in your life, in your heart, that's a no-brainer. He's always with you. All right, so I'm going to get off of here. And, aloha nui loa. Love you much. Mahalo nui loa. Thank you so much for watching and for hanging out with me for the last, how many minutes? 28. And I try to make it by 20, but I can't seem to do it at any rate. So that. And time to go to bed. Yeah. So I'll see you in the next video, or she'll see you in the next video. Or you'll get to just see some beautiful scenery in the next video. Whatever we're doing, we'll keep you posted. But 30 days, it's official. Ta-da! All right. Bye for now. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.